Hi friends, it's Leithia from Farmview Creators. Today we're going to work on the Interchangeable Wagon from the Rust Covered Cottage by Christina. I've had some friends ask me how to put this together. So in this kit you actually get two different face pieces, and I'll show you those in a minute. But I am making a sticky board for the pieces I want to stain, and I've already put the pieces that I want to paint black on another board. And I chose the frame that is going to be more open on the front. The other frame that comes is just like that back piece that you see there. I'm going to hit all of them, including a variety of hooks with the Van Dyke Brown Semi-Gel Stain. This is a beautiful antique glaze. It's just a wonderful brown. It is my go-to stain, and I'm going to give that a quick dry. Some of these pieces need to be stained on the back side as well, some just on the front. So I'm going to put the bottom piece off to the side because it does not need to be stained again, but I am going to stain the sides, the front, and the back, and the hooks on both sides. Just giving that a quick little once over, and then I'll let that dry. You can see how that back side has all three of the panels, and then the front has that cutout piece. I feel like that's the best way to go because it allows the inserts to be more seen, in my opinion. But if you like the other piece, then it fits together just the same way. So again, some of these pieces that I'm painting black are going to need to be painted on both sides, and some just on the front. So I'm going to give it a once over with my Waverly chalk paint in the color ink. Give that a good dry. And then put aside the pieces that don't need to be painted on the back, or don't need really two coats. And then I'm going to give another coat there and give that a good dry. And then I'm going to flip them over and paint the other side. I am kind of using my weeding tool to scratch out some of the buildup of paint. I'm getting it all over my fingers because y'all know I am so messy. Getting all those pieces with one more coat on the back, and then I'll let that dry and put a second coat. Getting that real good and dry, and then there's my second coat. I tend to use my Waverly chalk style paint when I have larger pieces that I want to paint black because, I mean, it's a big container and I don't want to use up my really good paint. I'm kind of forcing myself to use my non-paint Couture paints. So here's the pieces of the wagon, the actual wagon part. You've got the sides, the front, and the back, and I'm going to give it a good distressing with my Debi's DIY Dark Wax. Y'all know I love it. I did use my larger stippling brush for that. And now I'm going to lay it out how it's going to fit together. So that's the back and then the front, and then I'm going to get the sides on. I just want to make sure it's fitting together nice and smoothly, which it always does because Christina cuts these kits so well. And I'm going to use my stick fast glue, which I do not like to use because it makes my fingers crusty. But when you have pieces that are three-dimensional like this, it really is the best thing to use because it sets up so much faster. So I'm going to fit two sides together with the base, and then I'm going to get that other side in there, and then I'll put that front piece on. And I'm just putting glue on any of the pieces that pop out because that's what fits together. So I'm going to turn it upside down, and we're going to work on the wheel axles, I guess. So there's a spacer piece and then the piece that the wheel is going to fit onto. And I counted over 3, and when I held the wheels up, I wanted them a little bit further apart. So I backed up one more space, and when I say I'm counting where the pieces are fitting together, the unstained wood versus the stained wood. And then I'm going to glue those axles on there, make sure that they're halfway adhered, and then I am going to kind of fit together the handle, I guess, while I'm letting that set up. And then I'm going to put my wheels on. They fit together. You have that little spoke that pops out, and then there's a square on the wheel. I just put a little bit of glue in that square and then slid it on, and that one axle just did not want to set up. So I'll kind of go back to it several times. Then I'm kind of seeing where I want that piece, and then you have the holder piece that is going to fit into, and still that one axle did not want to set up. So I'm going to put some glue in that and then just kind of wiggle that into space. It took me a minute. I needed to spread out the pivot piece there. And now I've got that, and I'm going to sit it there. I'm going to put something under my handle just to let it set up. And there it is finished. You can see the inside and then from a distance. And then here it is, my other one that I painted gray with an actual insert. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe.